Today I'm at the Junkie Charity Store with Michelle. So Michelle, this is a wonderful charity store that supports a bunch of charities. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you got involved here?
Yes, thank you very much for visiting. I really appreciate it. The store will celebrate its 13th birthday this year, September, and we literally started with absolutely nothing. And from there started building up. We just randomly selected some charities and started giving money away to these charities.
So when you say we, who's we?
To be honest, in the beginning, it was basically just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had one person working for me, but that took a couple of months. So, yeah, if I talk about, I gradually built up a team. I initially started on my own. I didn't have anyone working, so I was set up the store, did all the collections.
So what made you randomly do that?
I know, it sounds very crazy, and I didn't plan to do it full time. I really didn't, because it's an extremely labor-intensive thing, and you cannot do it half-heartedly.
Yes.
It takes every bit of your time.
Yes.
And once I started, I realized, and I chose, that is what I wanted to do. And it just grew.
So you just had an idea to support charities. And you felt you were in a position to be a conduit for goods to come through.
Not only that, I think it was at a time of my life where I was making a change, career-wise, and I wanted to do the charity thing almost on the side. And I had other things planned for my full-time job.
Yes.
But it just happened that I didn't realize at that stage that this takes up all your time. And I couldn't step back.
Yes.
It became me. And gradually it grew, and it became all time consuming. So I think I was forced in a different direction to what I actually wanted to do. I don't think I realized what I was venturing into altogether.
Yes. Yes. So this was not quite part of your long-term plan?
No, and thinking about it, when I started, there weren't many charity stores. So it was totally a learning curve for me. I just knew I had to get second-hand stuff in, sell it, and give the money away.
Yes.
That's all I knew.
Yes.
So it took me a while to actually form relationships with those people, and they bring stuff to me, I turn it into cash, and gradually, word of mouth, it snowballs and it grows, and you get publicity, and it just becomes bigger and bigger.
Yes.
But it needs time. It needs your time and attention.
So for people who are watching, 13 years down the line, how many charities are you supporting?
At the moment, can I mention my...
Please, all of them, all of them.
I'm working with the Salvation Army Old Age Home in Emmarentia, the Maria Kloppers Children's Home,
yes,
Princess Alice Adoption Home,
yes,
Children of Fire,
yes,
Melville Koppies Heritage Fund, BAT, which is Ban Animal Trading, and we've got a little fund where we've got 14 rescue animals that are being kept in what we call the cat rits, because they are so well kept, and that's who we work with.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. So how do you select these charities?
It's people that I've approached initially, and they've just been with me for a long time. People I made contact with and approached, can we work together? And that's how it developed, yeah.
So for me, what I find fascinating is that you did all of this kind of out of your own initiative. You just one day got up and decided I want to do a thing and started doing it. I speak to a lot of people who say, you're so lucky you do charity work. I'd like to do it too, but I don't know where to begin. And here you're living proof that you really just need to start doing something. And then the path will develop in front of you as you walk it.
I think so. But the way we do it, you've got to be seriously committed to it. Each person is capable of doing a certain amount. Whatever contribution you can make as a human being. If you can donate a pair of shoes, that's perfect. Not everybody was as crazy as me. Because you've got to understand, it's like months and months where you don't earn anything, you know what I'm saying? So it's not something that everybody can jump in and do on the level we do.
So you've mentioned once or twice that you do things a little differently here. Can you tell us more about how you do things here to serve your beneficiaries?
Okay, in our store, because we'll always have a limited amount of space, I feel it's important that we only try and present the best merchandise to our clients, and then from there, items that are still very, very good, but that's not that much in demand, that won't sell. I make up hampers, big dustbin bags, and then people that are a lot less fortunate than us come and buy these bags, and they resell them, and in that way, they've got an income. It sounds silly, but people like that, it means a lot to them to buy a bag of clothing and go and sell it.
Yes.
It's probably the money they have to put food on their table for that night. Everything we receive, I think very, very little of that actually goes to waste. Because from us merchandising and selling the nicer stuff, and then from their hawkers, and then if we take the stuff to the dump, the guys there are ecstatic to see our van pull in.
Okay.
Because they grab there,
Yes.
they sell, they also take some of the stuff home. So I literally feel that nothing, absolutely nothing goes to waste.
That's such a wonderful story. So there is actually nothing that comes through your store that ends up in the landfill.
No, a very small percentage.
That's so impressive. So one of the stories we're trying to tell is how upcycled and reused textiles are creating social impact. How do you feel that the textiles that you work with are creating social impact in your world?
The first thing that comes to mind is the goodwill. We're selling these used items, and immediately it creates goodwill because the funds go to a good cause. It's become such a trend. Young people come and thrift. They actually develop their own individual style, which is phenomenal. They're not paying silly prices for sometimes very inferior quality in the mainstream stores. Younger generations have got a lot more savvy than us.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
Totally fashion conscious, they're saving money, and they're so aware of the environment. So I think that is phenomenal.
So do you see a lot of younger people in the store?
Totally.
Okay.
It's a big thing, it's huge. And I wish I had that type of mentality at a much younger age, because I so resent the years I used to go to the shopping malls and the mainstream stores, and you open accounts, you're paying high interest rates to pay things back. Silly. Second-hand is the way to go.
Okay.
It really is.
Okay, so that beautiful jacket you're wearing now, does it come from the store?
Yes. I don't do new stuff. Whenever I get time off, I also hit the charity stores. I'm totally obsessed. It's my drug of choice.
That's so interesting. So even on your days off, you
I
will
go
gravitate towards
yeah.
other charity stores.
I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. I mean, it's so sick. I'm always surrounded by all this stuff, but I love charity shopping.
I think it's such a beautiful culture. You know where you're spending your money, that it's going towards social good instead of just into some corporate ether.
There's so much ethics behind it, because we don't know where the clothes are manufactured, the ethics surrounding that. Yes. So if we can cut down on all those processes and just reuse the old stuff we've got.
So Michelle, thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure,
to chat
thank
with
you
me.
guys.
It has been a really fascinating insight into your world. I really love that you know how to curate which pieces you can charge a little bit more for, so that you serve your charities in a great way. We've been into some charity shops this week where I felt maybe their pricing was a little bit low.
Yeah.
And then you kind of ask yourself, is this really kind of doing the donation justice?
That's what worries me as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
the person who donated it is hoping that it'll bring top values to the organization that they're donating it for. So it's really nice to see that you're able to identify and curate which those pieces are, and then price them at a point that then gets great value out, so that you're supporting your beneficiaries in such a beautiful way.
We really try. It's difficult, but we really try to get the maximum mileage out of what people donate.
Well, I've been very impressed about what I've seen in the store, and when we're done here, I'm definitely going shopping.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.